Nation, how thankful are we for Kyler Murray? And we got a lot to be thankful for. Our women's gymnastics, back-to-back national champions, and 6 of the last 9 NCAA titles. And softball, all they know how to do is win. 40-1, ranked number 1, back-to-back national championships, and we coming for more. Our women's tennis team last week won their 2nd straight Big 12 title. Our men's tennis today's playing in the Big 12 semifinals. And our men's gymnastics just finished 4th at the NCAA championships. And baseball, not last year, national championship runner-up. And how about that big win last night against Texas Longhorns, 2-1. All right, I want to take a quick minute. I'm going to call them players back out, all the former players. Y'all come out here. All the former players, y'all come on out. All right, over here. Let me just tell you, there is no alumni that truly love their university like the football players at the University of Oklahoma. Come here, men. Come here, men. I want y'all to come this way. We're coming on this side, the west side here this year. I want y'all to go shoulder to shoulder facing the west side for me, please. Put your toes right here on the hash, facing that way. Come on. You guys got to hustle up. Line them up. We're going from goal line to goal line. Shoulder to shoulder, man. Shoulder to shoulder. Shoulder to shoulder. Shoulder to shoulder. Shoulder to shoulder. We're going goal line to goal line. Let them in. We're going goal line to goal line. I don't need y'all 2 and 3 deep. Shoulder to shoulder. You want to know what a brotherhood looks like? You want to know what it looks like? This is what it looks like. All right, former players, every one of you is a link in the chain. All right? Here's what I need to you. Here's what I need from you. I need every one of you guys to have an unshakable faith and belief in the process and how we're building the vision of this program. All right? I need every one of you to be decisively engaged. All right? Our opponent is going to try to divide us so that they can conquer us. The more you divide something, the weaker it becomes. One weak link in the chain is going to break the chain. So I want you guys to all lock up, lock your arms up. I want this brotherhood to be locked up. Now, here's what I want you to do. As we transition from one conference to the other, as we navigate our last season in the Big 12, I need you to tighten the grip. Right there. Lock your hands. Lock your hands. Tighten that grip. Tighten that grip. Bring your hands together, JD. Tighten the grip. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the OU brotherhood. Y'all bring it in right here. Let's do one quick photo op. Come on, man, let's go. Come on in. Hurry up. What's up, boys?
Always electric when he's got a microphone in his hands. What a photo that is. Look at all of the talent, Keith Jackson, back in Norman today.
You know what I really liked, when I heard him talk about it, he talked about a link in the chain and the brotherhood. Those coaches that come into an organization realize that their past is connected to their success today, and he explained it out perfectly. The transition that's going to happen from the Big 12 to the SEC is going to be a tough one. Everybody has NIL, everybody has transferred. It's the ones that they believe in their coaches and the university and the brotherhood that's going to buy into.
Saw Brian Bosworth. We saw Super Bowl champion Creed Humphrey. It's impossible to name everyone. CeeDee Lamb was back in town last night. Hollywood. I think Britt's going to say a few more words. Let's go back to the coach.
As we bring these players out, they're anxious to get on the field. I know you're anxious to watch them. I know last season wasn't what we all planned for, and we fell short of our expectations and our standards. Make no mistake, this coach, this team, this program can take a punch. All right? That's what I want you to know. Don't grow weary, grow stronger. Don't get bitter, we got to get better. All great things and success come from both grace and the grind. Team 129, these are young men that are fighting their giants every day as they chase their dreams. As they chase their dreams, Sooner Nation, we have an obligation to love them, encourage, support, nurture, all right, and help them grow up from boys to men, okay, from where they are right now to a team that hangs a banner. Team 129, okay, is committed to doing exactly that. All right, so Sooner Nation, football is officially back in Norman, Oklahoma. This is a team that's going to relentlessly work, okay, towards having an amazing season that's going to give us a chance to hang our next banner in the last year of the Big 12 Conference. Y'all have fun today? Boomer! Let's freaking go!
Brent Venables, ladies and gentlemen. Head football coach by day, revival preacher by night. He's got Sooner Nation fired up, and they're about ready to welcome Team 129, as they call it, as the Oklahoma Sooners about to run on the field. The hype video playing on the screen that's so well put together by the gang at Sooner Vision here. And the Ponies are going to lead them out. While we wait, let's take a look. This is one of the stories going in, is we've got a unique scoring system this year. It's not just simple football, folks. You see on the left the ways the offense can score today: touchdowns, field goals, explosive plays. 2 points for those. Keith, you would have got a lot of explosive play points back in your day.
Let me tell you something. 15 yards hard to get. I mean, it really is. And so that's got to be an accurate pass or a long run. But explosive plays come in, and I don't understand how you get points for punting. But there's 2 points for punting.
Interesting thing is both teams get points for a punt. Look at the defense, how they can get points. Of course, a defensive touchdown, 7 if they force a turnover, 7 points if they get a fourth down stop, so forth and so on. We'll try to keep up with this as the day rolls along. It's a complicated scoring system. There is something on the line, though. Whoever wins today, according to the head coach, gets some drip.
Oh.
I think it includes some Air Jordans.
Uh-oh.
So they're fired up about that, and here they come. Team 129 of the Crimson and Cream. You remember that feeling, don't you, Keith? Running onto the field?
It was a great feeling running on that field. I mean, that's one of the things you remember as a player, is the fact that before that game started, you run on the field. But, you know, for years we ran on the field with more confidence. You knew you were going to win the game as a Sooner. You just felt very confident. And I think when you heard Coach Venable, he said, we need to get back to that field where we're the team that's winning and collecting trophies.
Swagger.
Yeah, that's it. That's a good word for it. Drip and swagger. We moved into a different definition of stuff.
Well, this game's going to start with points already on the board. It is 6-5 defense leads, and that's because they've been holding competitions all week. We had a race between the offense and the defense. A little foot race, I think a 40. That's Miguel Chavis, the assistant coach of all. We had a wing eating contest, Keith. You and I could do pretty good in this.
Yeah, I couldn't do the running, but I could do the eating.
Wing eating contest. I believe the offense took home the title there. I know there was a trivia contest here. That is, they were questioned about various OU football trivia questions throughout the years. Points awarded throughout the week, and thus the defense takes a 1-point lead into play today. They're on top already, 6-5. There is starting quarterback Dillon Gabriel.
The weather may not.
Good year last year. Could have been better, Keith.
Yes.
He knows that and expects that, but right now anyway, the unquestioned starting quarterback going into the 2023 season.
Dillon Gabriel put up some big numbers last year as a quarterback, but some of the accuracy points, and I think that's what he's going to work out, because the most important thing for receivers is run after the catch. Hit the ball where I can catch it and I can get upfield. It's going to help both of us in scoring. Sometimes the ball lagged a little bit, even though he completed the pass. That's what he has to work on, and that's what he's been working for.
25 touchdown passes, 6 interceptions. You see his rushing numbers there a year ago. We got a lot of help today. Let's go down to the sidelines. One of the guys going to be helping us all day, former Sooner All-American Gabe Ikert.
The weather may not be ideal, but the energy is high here in Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium. Had a chance to talk to the head coaches today, Bill Bedenbaugh and Todd Bates. And the competition, it's fierce. Offense versus defense, both looking to take advantage of their advantages here today during the spring game. We'll see if we can keep track of that scoring system. But ton of energy in the stadium. Should be a lot of fun today.
Thank you, Gabe. Hopefully we have Gabe all day. His wife, Caroline, due Monday. We'll see if he can make it through the broadcast or not. There you see the head coach of the white team, the defense, Todd Bates, co-defensive coordinator. He's the head coach of the defense today. And we are about set for kickoff. Ready Mustafarai gonna boot it away. Fair catch called for, and the 2023 Oklahoma spring game is upon us. A chilly Saturday afternoon here in Norman, America, but tens of thousands have made their way to the Palace on the Prairie.
I think Coach Venables told us that there'll be a lot of kicking, but there won't be any returning.
That's right.
So don't be alarmed when you don't see the guy catch the ball and take off downfield, because they just want to get the sense of it. Don't get anybody hurt on special team.
Dillon Gabriel at quarterback to start the opening possession. And they will go 5 wide. The running back, Gavin Sawchuk, one of the 5 wide, along with, good to see, Austin Stogner back in a Sooner uniform. And Gabriel, a swing pass to Drake Stoops. It's a double pass, and it's knocked down. A little trickery right out of the gates.
Wow, I'll tell you one thing. You think about Jeff Levy, go, okay, let's open this up with a big play. First of all, you get your ball into your hand of your great player, Stoops, but he has to get that ball over the head of the defensive player.
Kip Lewis and Dasan McCullough in on that knockdown. Handoff to Gavin Sawchuk for very little gain. It'll bring up 3rd and long. The head coach of the offense, or the red team, is co-offensive coordinator and offensive line coach Bill Bedenbaugh. And it's a 3rd and long for his offense right out of the gates here. Gabriel under pressure. Throws late downfield, and that's Austin Stogner with the first down grab.
You know, when you have great quarterbacks, you think about the season he had a year ago. Sometimes they just escape the pocket just to get the pass. You don't want to run. You want to find a receiver open.
We've already had 2 points, you might notice, awarded to the defense for that PBU. That's a pass broken up on that opening play of the game. And let's see if they award a sack here or not. It looks like Gabriel may have been touched. It looks like they'll just rule incomplete.
That first play of the game was a big-time call. You want to set the stage, and defense did a great job of batting it down. That would have been a touchdown. Nobody was there if Drake Stoops could have made that catch. Pass.
A sack has been awarded, so 3 more points to the defense. 2nd and 10, opening drive of the game. Gabriel with the handoff to Sawchuk. And he's wrapped up by another of the new guys, number 80. That's Rondell Bothroyd, the Wake Forest transfer. Brent Venables said he has had the best spring of anybody on the defense. Heavy-handed, plays quick, got a chance to be a difference maker right away. 3rd down. Gabriel flushed, directing traffic. He'll run it himself. And he steps out of bounds just across the 1st down marker.
That capability is always there. You know, when you playing man-to-man in the secondary, they play a little zoned in. But when you're playing man, you want a quarterback can get out of the pocket, and you know that Dillon Gabriel has that ability to escape the pocket. You got to keep him in front of you, and you got to keep a spy on him. Most teams will spy him to make sure that they've got somebody that can run with him. But the defense didn't do it that time.
2nd first down of this opening drive for the offense. Gabriel swing pass this time. Sawchuk makes a man miss and carries it forward for about 4. Got away from Kobe McKenzie.
You thought beginning that play that was going to be a loss, but that's what the good running backs can do. They make you miss and get the extra yards.
Gavin Sawchuk coming off a tremendous performance in the Cheez-It Bowl. He and Javonte Barnes had a big game against Florida State that got everybody excited about their possibility this year. We're going to see a couple of youngsters as well in the offensive backfield today. Of course, there's the vet, Drake Stoops. 3rd down and short, and it's not going to get there. Sawchuk wrapped up. It'll be the first 4th down of the day.
Well, that's what we talked about. Last year gave up 40.8% on 3rd down conversion, and that's what you want to be. You want to be able to get the offense off the field.
Jonah Laulu with the stop. Here's 4th down. Points on the line here. Gabriel looking for somebody downfield. Lets it fly, and it's dropped. Jaden Gibson open behind the defense. Couldn't reel it in. Well, and that's a 4th down stop.
And that's what I'm talking about. I mean, when you look at that pass, that should have been caught. Don't get me wrong. But it's one of those deals where you lead your guy, and now you have a touchdown opposed to the fact he has to stop and go down and catch the ball. Now, that's a catchable ball. Coach says if you get your hand on it, you're supposed to catch it.
So a big opening drive for the defense. They, I believe, will pick up 7 points there for a 4th down stop. And now we'll turn around and go the other way. So it's 18-5 right out of the gate. You know, I had a hunch looking at the scoring system. I said, this looks like a defensive head coach made it up today.
Let's make offense. Offense just got to make more explosive plays. I mean, they get a lot of points for explosive plays. They just got to figure out how to get those 2 points every time they get 15-yard catch or a run.
Well, here we go. There's a buzz at Owen Field right now because here comes our first look at the 5-star quarterback out of Denton, Texas, Jackson Arnold. 2022 Gatorade National Player of the Year, the #1 ranked quarterback in America according to ESPN out of high school, and he's going to start with a throw, and that's batted down. Justin Harrington, I believe, got a hand on that.
So you thought it was going to be a handoff and a run, and you got this Jackson Arnold coming in, this big star. It was going to be a pass. You knew the first play was going to be a pass. But defense did a great job. If you can't get to the quarterback, get your hands up. Knock it down.
Dalen Smothers, freshman running back out of Charlotte, North Carolina, number 7 in the game. On 2nd and 10. And Arnold keeps it himself. Carries it up the middle. Watch out. Jackson Arnold. Welcome to Sooner Nation. Touchdown.
I think he might have been touched at the 40-yard line.
I think the head coach agrees. He's telling the referee he was down back here.
Yeah, they pulled the dogs off on him right there. You don't a recruit like that who come in and he's going to be your next guy that's backing up your starting quarterback. You don't take him out just for show. You let him go.
They're bringing it all the way back to the 50. Let's see. Was this a good call, Keith?
I think it was. When you look at it, right there, right there, right there. Right there.
Nobody was going to tackle him. We're coming all the way back to the 50 for 3rd down and 7. That was fun anyway.
It was, and you can see the Jets.
And another pass knocked out of the air, batted down. That's the 3rd knockdown already for the OU defense today.
You know, you got a rush, and when you look at the defense of OU, you start looking across that front line. You got 6'4", you got 6'2", 6'4", and 6'3", and so you got to get that ball up just a little higher over their arms and try to complete that pass.
They're going for it, and somebody jumped early here. That knockdown, by the way, on that last pass attempt was another of the new faces. Jacob Lacey, nose tackle, Notre Dame transfer, is the one that got a hand on that.
Well, in that case, he's only 6'1". So the theory about being big and tall goes out the window.
Maybe
but you do got to get leap. Hey, it's that vertical.
Penalty on the offense, and this will change the decision-making process here. It looks like they're going to punt it away. So a big start for the defense. They're already out to a 22-5 lead.
Yeah, what that the 4th pass batted down, or 3rd pass batted down, and that just shows you on defense. You just got to be alert, aware, get up, make plays.
There's our first punt of the day. LV Bunkley Shelton deep to receive it. No Marvin Mims this year, and in addition to being a great pass catcher, he was a very solid punt returner the last several years for this team. So this will be a battle to watch unfold as the fall season arrives. It's a touchback, and we'll take a quick timeout. We're underway midway through the first quarter of the 2023 OU football spring game, presented by Mercury. Alongside the great Keith Jackson, Toby Rowland back with you here at Owen Field. We just had our first punt of the day, Keith, and something jumped out at you about how LV Bunkley Shelton handled it.
3 phases of the game. You got to have offense, defense, and special team. They punt this ball, and as a return guy, you got to know to put your foot on the 10-yard line. When it goes over your head, you let it go to the end zone. You know you start at the 25-yard line. So basically, that's a good play, and you got to have those.
Now, offense finds itself in a big early hole here, 27-7, after the defense has forced a couple of, one punt and 1 4th down stop. Back in the game, Dylan Gabriel throws a strike to the new wide receiver from Michigan, Andrell Anthony.
Well, that was it. They lined it up quick, but Dylan Gabriel could have got rid of the ball short, but threw the ball long to Anderson.
Gabriel looking deep for Anthony, or for Andrell Anthony again, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Peyton Bowen.
Andrea Anthony is a speedster. They know they want to go deep to him and try not run him, but Bowen is a returning football player that understands what he needs to do, and he cuts him off. Now, here's what happens wrong, what you need to happen. When you throw the ball up in the air like that, you got to turn into a defensive back as a receiver. You cannot let your quarterback get intercepted. Do it too many times, like right here. Grab it and make sure, get a penalty, whatever. Do not let him catch that ball.
That's the other 5-star out of Denton Geyer on this OU football team. Peyton Bowen makes his first big play on Owen Field, and the defense continues to dominate here in the first quarter.
You think about some of these guys. They're supposed to be at the prom Friday night, right? They're out here playing ball. You got Bowen, who goes up against a great speedster and makes an interception. But these guys have got to step up and play early because so many guys are gone.
See a 0 in the backfield. That's not Eric Gray. He's moved on. That's freshman running back Caleb Hicks in the game for the first time. Jet sweep, Gavin Freeman looking for the corner. And that's defended well. Key Lawrence leading the tackling brigade. Well, there's just nothing easy for the offense right now.
It's not, but jet sweeps are made so you protect the outside. Make them protect the outside with the jet sweep, and hopefully you can have one of your running backs inside pop a long one because they're worried about those corners.
Second possession for Jackson Arnold. First handoff to Caleb Hicks, who runs into a mosh pit. It'll be 3rd and long.
Well, you know, in the spring game, I hate to say this, defense usually has the upper hand in the spring game. offense is not going to show all their weapons and all their plays.
You do hate to give the defense any credit.
Can you tell?
3rd and long for Jackson Arnold. Quick throw out to the right. Gavin Freeman's got the first down.
When you look at a new quarterback, the one thing you want to know is how fast can he read, how fast can he recognize. That time Jackson Arnold picked the receiver, got rid of it, and ball was gone. Good catch.
Takes a deep shot for Freeman again. He got tangled up with Billy Bowman. It'll be 2nd and 10. There's a good look. The #1 prospect out of the state of Texas. How about this in high school? 67 touchdown passes, 36 rushing touchdowns, only 8 interceptions. That any good?
Wow, he's good.
Caleb Hicks makes a man miss in the backfield.
You know, you talked to Brett Venables, and I put him on the spot. I said, pick out the guy on offense that you think is doing an outstanding job, and surprisingly so. Caleb Hicks was the name that came up. And he also said Caden Green. I mean, so you got an offensive lineman and a running back. That's good for time of possession.
Caleb Hicks from the other high school, one of the other high schools in Denton. He's a Denton Ryan product.
Well, they got in the water down there, man.
Well, Crimson and Cream is the answer. 3rd and long, swing pass to Hicks. And he'll be driven out by Danny Stutzman, shy of the first down.
Scored 31, Caleb Hicks, 31 touchdowns in high school. But the great thing about it is they're not all by running. The fact that you can get him on that corner, when you have a running back that can run inside and catch the ball outside, that's a lot of problems for linebackers.
The offense kind of behind the 8 ball already here. They're going to go for it on 4th down again, despite being shy of the 50. They need some points. Caught by Freeman, but knocked loose. Dasan McCullough making his 2nd play of the day, the Indiana transfer. And the defense has turned him away again. We'll take another timeout. It's all defense early at the 2023 Oklahoma football spring game, presented by Mercury. Fan race for points during this timeout. It's a blowout. Look at that guy. Give him a scholarship, Keith. He can fly. 2 points for the red team.
The question is he going to play on the defensive side or the offensive side?
Offense needs all the points they can get right now, and that guy in a Baker Mayfield jersey just got him 2. And the tremendous crowd here today at Owen Field having fun early. But it's been all defense so far. They lead at 41-13.
Yeah, defense getting turnovers. They're going to get turnovers. You had Peyton Boyd who got an interception, 3rd down, pass breakups. The defense is just playing good ball.
Handoff to Tawee Walker, bouncing off tackles, but Dasan McCullough making plays.
Yeah, Dasan McCullough is one of those guys that will come up and hit you, as Coach said. And that time you saw him field from the outside.
Keeper Gabriel with real estate, and he was touched at the 33. Dasan McCullough, Indiana transfer, Big Ten freshman of the year last year. Little brother will be here in the fall in the defensive backfield.
And he's playing that cheetah position. They call it cheetah here. And so you got to be able to play outside and cover. You got to be able to come up and stop on the run, and you got to be able to rush.
6'5". 3rd down. Tawee Walker upended, but he got the first down. Flying up from the secondary, the Texas Tech transfer, Reggie Pearson, to make the tackle.
They're going tempo. When things are not going right for you, speed it up a little bit so your quarterback stop thinking and stop reacting.
Walker wrapped up by Kobe McKenzie. Not yet through one quarter, but so far a bunch of highlights for the defense, Keith.
Well, the defense has been good today. The white team just dominating. The first starts off, called a great play, and Drake Stoops throws a double pass. But what do? You get up and knock the ball down when you get there. And also you go for another pass. You get a sack right there. You get a point for that. And Jackson is throwing the ball again, and there it is. You get those hands up. Defensive linemen, we need to get them off on third down. Gets the hands up and bat them down. Try one deep. All right. Nope. Interception. Peyton Bowen said, not here, not now.
Third down and 3 for the offense after another short gain by Tawi Walker. Stoops in motion. That's Sawchuk on the handoff. Dasan McCullough again. As Sawchuk's helmet comes off, we'll set up 4th and 2.
That's what we call a feel, right? So what happens is they're running people, they're trying to fool you, and they hand the ball up the middle, and that was a feel. Boy, I mean, you got that, fill that hole. You got Dasan McCullough comes through with another big tackle, and not just a tackle, a solid lick in the hole, no extra yards.
Going for it on 4th down. Gabriel Stoops with the catch. He's to the 10 and out of bounds. It'll be 1st and goal.
Okay, so the last time we ran the play, they didn't throw it to Stoops. They run the same play and they throw it to Stoops because he is sure-handed. He's going to get a lot of plays, but they've got to find another receiver to step up to make those kind of plays that Drake Stoops makes.
Walker up to make the tackle. Reggie Pearson, a gain of only 1.
There goes that right side of the offensive line, actually sealing it off. There's only 1, but at least you could see the seal for the running back to get outside.
Offense looking for their first touchdown of the day. Walker over the right side again, a couple of more. Makari Vickers, freshman out of Quincy, Florida, up in on the tackle.
Yeah, beating Bo said, forget this, let's go tempo. And it's starting to work. We talked about it at the beginning of the drive, that tempo. Don't get your defense time to react. Make them just react to your play. Don't give them time to get set. Make them react to your play, and you're seeing it's working for the offense so far.
Big red zone target, Jaden Gibson has checked in. He's in motion on 3rd and goal from the 6. Gabriel to throw, looks in zone, and it's knocked away. Reggie Pearson again. That's a big drive for him.
Reggie Pearson is all over the place today, just making plays. But there was a window. It closed real quick. He had an opportunity to get it through there, but if you don't let it go fast enough, those defensive backs are fast. They will get in there and make a play for you.
You got to throw it to Drake Stoops, right? Bob Stoops just walked into the booth. Look who's hanging out with us. We got to activate Bob's mic. Looking for Drake. Oh, that would have been perfect.
Penalty.
A little pass interference there, Coach.
How you doing, Coach?
I'm great. Good to be with you guys. Good to always see Keith and you, Toby. So, yeah, this is awesome.
Defense looks good early, don't they?
Yeah, listen, I got total confidence in Coach Venables, defensive staff. They'll keep making, improvement, upgrades. I don't know what happened there, but it's 4th and 3. Go ahead, do your thing, Toby.
Somebody bumped Drake, and so we're going to try it again here.
Yeah, but it's not first down, so that's not pass interference.
Nope.
I think there was encroachment. Or,
there you go.
What do you call that when they're in the neutral zone?
4th and goal. Gabriel flushed. Back of the end zone. He threw it too high. Looking for LV Bunkley Shelton. And it's yet another 4th down stop for the D.
The secondary is sticking to him like glue. And when you look at last year, going back to last year, the secondary had a lot of trouble. There were a bunch of open holes. So far, they're sticking to the receivers. They're passing them off, and that makes a huge difference.
Agreed. I loved a couple series ago seeing the interception. I said to my wife, I go, that's a good sign. I said, hey, I know Dylan doesn't want to throw an interception, but a lot of times you throw those 50-50 balls up in the air. You expect the receiver to knock it down. Well, he comes up with the interception. So good. Yeah, I agree. Love what I'm seeing.
What about fits? You talk about defense and getting better on defense. There are fits. There are holes that open up. And if a guy who's supposed to be there is not there, that usually causes a problem. But that's not happening today either.
No question. Where you fit compared the D-line to the linebackers to the safeties. makes a big difference. And when you see those guys get gashed, someone isn't where they're supposed to be.
Coach, it's great to have you here this weekend. You got a team in the playoff hunt right now.
Yeah.
Got a big game coming up on Sunday.
Look at that. Tackle for loss, Toby.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
Wow.
but you're right. We got to win tomorrow to get in the playoffs. We play Houston at home in Arlington, Texas at Choctaw Stadium. But right now, San Antonio's getting beat by D.C. And
good news
if
for
they
you, right?
lose, we're automatically in. But I like the idea that we got to win.
You know, you talked about Jimmy and Joe's. We had a conversation about Jimmy and Joe. That was our Mason Thomas that just shot through there and made a play. I mean, just an athletic and quick guy.
You and I talked, Keith, earlier. I don't believe in magical defenses.
Right.
They're not out there. You watch pros, you watch college. There's only so many coverages. There's only so many fronts, right? It gets down to the guys who get off blocks, make tackles, can cover people and make plays when the ball's in the air. It always gets down to the guys that are making plays or not making plays.
We got a chance to see somebody go into the Hall of Fame. He was pretty good this year. Roy Williams, he could make some plays.
Oh, my gosh. You put Roy about anywhere, play any coverage you want, he's going to make something. And in college, with the hashes the way they are, different than the NFL, where
Right.
you played for so long, we put him to the wide field, and he virtually, wiped out the wide side of the field for the other team. Like, he's going to dominate it.
What's that old saying? It's not about the X's and O's. It's about the Jimmys and Joes.
Absolutely. I'm with you 100%. Oh, you made Coach Switzer and all those players and all those guys, the Sam Bradfords, the Jason Whites, and, Kyler Murray, the Marco Murray. They made me. The players make you, believe me.
Are you saying some of your players should come back and ask for some NIL money? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I don't have any. I'm not part of any
Retroactive.
collective or anything, so I don't have any. I guess I could share what I got. Yeah.
Of course, one of the reasons you're back this weekend, Coach, is because of last night and today, Kyler getting his statue. That was special, wasn't it?
It was neat. What a wonderful guy. Just awesome. He was a great teammate, great person in the building every single day. And he's a quiet guy, but I mean, he is a fierce competitor. And everyone, I think the way he plays knows that. He exuded it on the practice field and in meetings and in the building. Anyway, excited for him. What a great statue, and it was fun seeing all the players last night. There's so many guys back.
An incredible collection of talent in one room last night through the generations.
I had a picture with all the 5 Heisman, guys that are living outside of Steve Owens, and miss Steve, one a wonderful guy, dear friend of ours. But anyway, it was really neat. So many players back. It was great to see.
The offense still looking for a little traction here as the handoff goes to Gavin Sawchuk, and there is just nowhere to run. Marcus Stripling and friends there on the stop.
We were talking to Coach Van Venables earlier, and what he was talking about is this offensive line is really nasty. They stick to you, they fight you. You've had offensive lines like that, Coach, that just create holes. But today is not happening, but it's good to know that there's an offensive line because that sets the tone for the game.
Absolutely. You have to be able to run the football, and when you can, it opens everything else up.
Coach, thanks for stopping by. Always a treat to see you. I know you're headed down to the field, so
good
we'll
to
see
see
you down
guys. Appreciate it. Keith,
right,
always
Coach,
good to see you, buddy. You're the best.
The Hall of Famer, the winningest head football coach in OU history, the great Bob Stoops. We'll take a timeout. Second quarter coming up next. You're watching the OU football spring game. The national champs in the house today. The OU women's gymnastics team honored earlier in the first quarter. KJ Kindler there in the middle of your screen, head coach, back-to-back national champs. Their 6th all-time championship just last weekend down at Fort Worth, Texas. And very cool to see them here. I don't know if a lot of people know this. Keith Jackson, a star on the balance beam back in the day, if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah, well, let's not start telling stories. I can run reverse, but I wouldn't dare get up on the balance.
That's right. Well, that sideline felt like you were towing the line a few times now. All right, here we go. Second quarter. Let's see if the offense can make this thing interesting. Dylan Gabriel at quarterback, and he hands it off. That's Gavin Sawchuk. Finds a little bit of space. Got about 3.
Watching that defense. great job of filling those holes. As we talked about it with Coach Stoops, the fact is there's a hole there. When that cutback comes for Sawchuk cut back, there's a field.
Sawchuk again. Ethan Downs in on the tackle.
Sawchuk showed out in the Cheez-It Bowl, 15 carries for 100 yards, which is that's a pretty good day of work. Today, the defense of OU just not letting it happen. The big guys up front are just closing it off. You got Kelly up there, 6'4", 295, and Cole, 6'2", 300 pounds, and they're just shutting stuff down.
4th down and 2. Sawchuk, he's got the first down. Phil Paciotti, the tackle, number 50, another of the freshmen. He's out of Pennsylvania. Went to IMG Academy. Linebacker. Jeff Levy's offense moving quick. Dylan Gabriel's in trouble. Looks like he got away. And now they're going to blow the play dead. Good mobility there by 8.
Well, when 8 gets out of the pocket, he can make some plays. People know that you typically want to try to keep him in the pocket, but that time the defense, which has been playing great all day, they opened up a hole. I don't know if they opened up a hole. If you look at Dylan Gable, he made a hole with the shiftiness.
Swim move by Sawchuk got him about 5 more yards before being driven out of bounds. Another good gain for the offense.
Well, I said so much with all this fancy stuff. Let's just line up and let our offensive line, the big boys up front, do some blocking. And so far, you've seen a couple first down runs.
Looks like we got an injury, unfortunately, on the field. That's Isaiah Coe, defensive lineman. We'll take a quick break. Back with more second quarter action in the spring game presented by Mercury right after this.
At the gym, that's why they blessed me with a Heisman.
The 2018 Heisman Trophy is awarded to Kyler Murray of Oklahoma University.
Second straight year they've honored a Heisman Trophy winner at the Oklahoma spring game. Coming up at halftime, Kyler Murray will be on center field here at Owen Field as his Heisman Trophy statue was unveiled earlier today. That's the logo at the 25-yard lines for this game today. Pretty cool. Back to action. 1st and 10 for the offense from the 13. Gabriel pump fake, looks in zone. He's got a man. It's Farouk. Touchdown.
Farouk. Is he going to be the guy? I mean, just, you know, you start asking, is he going to be the guy? Is he going to step up? Great year a year ago, 37 catches, 466 yards, a touchdown. But a lot of that was geared by the fact of the fake run. It brought the linebackers down. Watch this. You take Gable, he fakes that run, and all of a sudden you see the linebacker disappear. You got a slant go on the backside, and Farouk said, I got him. Let's put some points on the board.
You bring up a good point. Somebody's got to be the next Marvin Mims. Yeah. Certainly Jalil Farouk is a candidate. And he's on the receiving end of the 13-yard touchdown right there. And the offense is in the end zone for the first time as Reddy Mustafa Rai knocks through the extra point. 51-30 in the second quarter. Just a normal game, Keith Jackson. A lot of points today.
Well, let me just tell you something. Offense is coming back. Don't give up on offense. I know I didn't play defense, but hey, offense has figured out a way. When you look at Beaton Bowl, what he said is, let's get tempo. This defense is attacking us. They're filling. They're playing great in the secondary. They're coming up and making tackles. Let's make them react faster and see how it works. And so far, it's starting to work for the offense. And don't forget, they won the sprint.
There you see Jalil Farouk. Yep. Good year last year, 5 touchdowns. Was a threat both in the passing game and certainly his speed, Keith, was a big threat on those jet sweeps as well.
No question, but you know what he did on that last play is he set the defensive back up. Or you got some young defensive backs in there trying to cover him. He said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give him a move to make them think it's a quick pass. You had a little pump, and boom, he's over the top and gone. When you've been around as long, like Farouk, you're in your junior year, you know how to make it happen.
There's Mustafa Rai out of Atoka, Oklahoma, sent to kick it away. Another Oklahoma kid is deep. Gavin Freeman from Heritage Hall. And fair catch will be the order of the day on all kicks today. We'll see if the offense can stay hot here under the leadership now of Jackson Arnold.
You know, when Jackson's going to that sideline, he's having a coach talk with Jeff Levy about, hey, arm positioning. Get that arm up and get that ball over and believe it. But when you see him, you know, the coaches say he can spin it. When you watch his release, you go, this kid can spin it. It's the reason why he's Gatorade Player of the Year, the fact that he can throw the football.
Yeah, it's got some sizzle on it, doesn't it?
Yep.
Maybe he'll let one fly for us here. Caleb Hicks is running back on the left hip of Arnold. And the handoff is to Hicks. See nothing but a wall, and he's dropped for a loss. Rondell Bothroyd on the way, leading the brigade.
There was nowhere to go in that time. Defense doing a great job of filling holes and making sure.
And Arnold is sacked. Who got him first? Looked like maybe Grayson Holton, number 56, the first to touch him. It was a team effort. Take another look. Devon Sears, the transfer from North Texas, 96. He says it's him.
He gets through there.
Texas
Actually,
State,
a double
excuse
team.
me.
A little double team and a little holding, but he still gets through there, fighting through there, Sears, to make that tackle. Well, not a tackle, because you can't tackle the quarterback in a spring game.
3rd and long, got the defense to jump, but it's a fumble. And we're going to have a offsides here. Dalen Smothers, the ball carrier.
Well, Jackson Arnold's got to get used to those snaps. He realized he has the defense offside. He's looking up because he's going, I've got a free play. I need to get this ball off, and I'm going to try to find a receiver, but you got to catch it first before you get to throw it.
5 free yards will make it 3rd and 10. Arnold looks back over at the sidelines. A little more peace when you're wearing the blue jersey out there.
It is, it is.
Under pressure again and surrounded and sacked again. Marcus Stripling, Isaiah Coe.
Yeah, Coe was walked off the field but came back in ready to play. What's happening is you got too many people in that bunch set, and so now they're sending more than you can block. But that's just a great game up front. You just have some really veteran guys that know how to play those games and loops and come around, and there is nowhere to step up to run for Jackson Arnold, and there's nowhere to throw the ball. But there's some more points for the defense.
That's right. About midway through the 2nd quarter. Looks like Andrell Anthony deep to receive this punt. We've seen LV Bunkley Shelton today, and now Andrell Anthony. The punter will be Brady Bond out of Indianapolis. Braun with the boot, short and wobbly. Takes a bounce to around midfield, and it'll be down there, and we'll step aside. Midway through the 2nd quarter, take another look. The only touchdown so far today. Dylan Gabriel to Jaleel Farouk. Back with more of the spring game next here in Norman. Toby Rowland and Keith Jackson back with you here at Owen Field today for the 2023 spring game. So far, it's been defense dominating the day. Dylan Gabriel's got the only touchdown pass for the offense, and he's back on the field. Tawi Walker at running back. It's a play action. Gabriel looking deep. And LV Bunkley Shelton, the pass a little too high. Okay, this was between breaks there during the break. Field goal kicks for Chick-fil-A for a year, plus 2 points for the team. So the guy representing the defense, the white team, drilled it. He drilled the field goal. She hops up and she made it as well. Oh, we can't see the kick. They both made it. Chick-fil-A for a year and 2 points both ways.
So are they more excited about getting Chick-fil-A a year or helping their team's offense and defense?
Definitely the waffle fries. Definitely the waffle fries. It's going to be 3rd and long, and the offense has been living in 3rd and long today, Keith.
You know, you're going to put yourself in that situation in the game, and as an offense coordinator, you've got to have plays in your playbook that can get it for you. Let's see what they call on this play. You know, you try to get Farouk by himself, out by himself, but they know better than that. No way we're going to leave him one-on-one with somebody.
It's a handoff, and Walker's got room to run. A flag is down as Tawi Walker's tackled about a yard shy of the first down.
I'll tell you one thing. You see that's a legal cut block or something?
Correction, 3rd down.
Looks like they're going to pick up the flag. Could not hear the call by the referee, but they're going to let the play stand. And it'll be 3rd and short.
We used to have just one referee back there. Now you got another official on the other side, and he's looking inside and inside blocks. And I thought he was going to say it was a cut block, but it wasn't. So.
You got a head coach back there, too, who has the veto authority in the spring game.
Let it go.
Yeah, let it go.
Let it go.
It's 4th and short. Stoops in motion. Handoff Walker. First down and room. He's inside the 30.
I know they've had some some running backs kind of out, not playing this game, but Walker is making a petition. Hey, coach, I need some PT. Great run by him to see the outside and take advantage of it.
Wide open touchdown. Blake Smith with a club on his hand. He caught it anyway. The Texas A&M tight end transfer. Look at that hand.
Yeah, I see it. Hey, look, I can catch with a club on my hand, coach. But, you know, sometimes when you think about football plays, sometimes the play gets you open. You know, there was so many changes to that play. You didn't know what was going to happen, and Blake Smith sneaks down the sideline and makes a play. So you look that way, pump fake, look back another way, draw the defensive end, the safeties bite, and now your tight end is just wide open going down the field.
Defense said there's no way they're throwing it to the guy with a club on his hand, right?
No way. There's no way. And if they do, he's not going to catch it.
Extra point attempt, so that'll go as an explosive play and a touchdown. And here comes Jeff Lebby and Bill Bedenbaugh's offense. They're within 9.
Yeah, see? You had no faith in the offense. The defense is playing well, but that's one of those plays that you draw up, that you go, where are they going with the ball? And let's not forget this, the offensive line gave him plenty of time to get that ball off. Kudos to the offensive line.
Let's take a look at what Jeff Lebby's offense did a year ago. This was a good Oklahoma offense last year. Of course, some of the stars of that offense gone down, most notably Marvin Mims, a couple of key running backs as well, but almost 500 yards a game. Pretty evenly shared passing and rushing. They scored just under 33 points a game. They'd like to be a little bit more explosive, though, this year.
You know, in the old days, 33 points a game can win you a lot of games, you know. But when you think about the Big 12, the way they play, they're hanging up around 40, 45 points. You got to put some points on the board when you're in this league because 30 won't hold.
Yeah, I think the key to that is if Brent Venables' defense is playing the way he wants it to play, 33 is going to win you just about every game.
Sure.
But last year, that wasn't always the case.
We got to remember when Venables came in, he came in as a coach. He had to deal with all the players he had, the situation he had. He's done some great recruiting. There's some some really good, talented freshmen out there playing some football today.
Brent Venables says we are better at this point at every position compared to a year ago.
And, you know, the spring game is to take people and say, okay, you want to be the starter, we're going to have to fight for it. You're going to have to go out there and you're going to have to play. So there's some competition going out there. Guys are trying to make plays so that they could be the starter when the season starts.
The offense on a roll. Joe John Finley there in the black T-shirt and black hat in the middle of the offensive huddle.
He's pretty good.
Pretty good. He's on that all tight end rankings down below you somewhere, Keith.
He's pretty good. And he probably gave his tight end a high five, a club five, when he came to the sideline.
The defense was dominating this game. Now they're getting tested. Danny Stutzman wearing the new helmet this year, leading the Chargers back onto the field. And number 34 you saw just briefly in your picture. That's the other five-star freshman, P.J. Adibawara. We got a pronunciation change on that, by the way, just before the game. So I know how it used to be said by everyone, but P.J. said, actually, how you say my name is Adibawara.
You know, typically a freshman won't step up and say that. You know, you can call a freshman name wrong till they become a senior, and they said, oh, you've been saying my name wrong for years, but he was confident.
Adipaju Adibawara, but everybody calls him PJ.
I think I'll stick with PJ.
Well start. Offense number 64.
When you
There's PJ.
There he is. And when you bring a freshman in like that, you just tell him go sick him. I mean, it's like, you know, you got to play technique as part of it, but as athletic as he is, look at that name on the back there. I say that name again.
Adibawara.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Stacked receivers to each side here for Jackson Arnold after the penalty. Second and long. Quick throw sideline, caught out of bounds. Gavin Freeman got about half of what they needed.
You know, as offense coordinator, your job is to get your quarterback in rhythm. Now, you know, Dylan Gable has been in rhythm. He's come out. Now you're getting Jackson Arnold. Give him an easy pass to throw to start getting him in rhythm.
Third down, and they'll hand it off. Caleb Hicks, Jaron Canick the first to meet him, and a big thump from Reggie Pearson from the secondary. It'll be fourth down.
Boy, Canick is going to be key for this defense this year. In the middle, he gets to make the play calls and all that, and he's got to fill the hole. He looked like he's at 227 pounds. Probably need to put a little bit more rocks in him, but he's a player. He can get to the plays, but now he's got to get everybody lined up in a position.
Going to go for it on fourth. Final minute of the first half. We got the big Kyler Murray ceremony coming up at halftime, folks. Jackson Arnold under pressure, and he is sacked. Jordan Kelly in there.
Boy, that defense doing a great job. When they know it's a passing situation, they're getting after, they're running those games, and they're making up for each other. That's what you like to see. These defensive linemen work together a little bit more than an offensive line. The offensive line has got to figure out how to pass those stunts off. They hadn't done it, and it cost them. When you watch this, look at him. He comes around the stunt, and he's there. That's it. You got two guys. You got Bates. He slides over, maybe at the center spot. Probably should have stayed still and waited for that stunt to come around. Was not there. It causes a sack.
They haven't changed the scoreboard yet. I believe that's 3 points for a sack and 7 for a fourth down stop. So I think they're going to get 10 here. We'll let them officially at it. We're down to 38 seconds to go in the first half.
Coach Venable talked about Joshua Bates. I mean, at that time he kind of slid, but he said he's nasty. That's what you like to hear about linemen when they say they're nasty.
Going to put the ball at the 50-yard line here. Under Coach Venable's direction.
They're probably going a little 2-minute drill, right?
Time to take a shot or two.
Yeah, give them a little 2-minute action, saying, hey, look here, you go see if you can score in a 2-minute drill. And let's see how this works. You know, you go situations, too. When you're trying to do a spring game, you're going to do a 4-minute drill, try to run the clock out, do a 2-minute drill. This is a 2-minute drill situation.
Gabriel back in a quarterback. Chased. LV Bunkley Shelton the reaching catch and banged into the sidelines. Kip Lewis applied the hit.
You know, we talked about Dylan Gabriel getting better with his placement. That's exactly what I'm talking about. He puts that ball where only his receiver could get it, and that is a nice pass.
Our Mason Thomas thought he got him. You could see him signaling I think I touched him.
It's not flag, though. It's not flag football.
28 seconds to go in the half. Sawchuk across the middle inside the 25 in the red zone.
And now you got to start thinking about your timeout. But what a play by Dylan Gable would say, look at, I don't have to make a big pass. Let me just get past, just to make sure I get my little check down. He checks it down to Sawchuk, and that's a first down. Got a little timeout working. Is this where the new rules come in effect that they would keep, no, the last 2 minutes? They stop
final
it.
2, yeah. So
Final
there's
2.
a new rule this year in college football that the clock will not stop after a first down, similar to the NFL, except for inside the final 2 minutes of each half. So now that we're in the final 2 minutes, it'll stop. We'll see if that speeds up the game a little bit.
Right. But so you got to ask yourself, did you really have to call a timeout there? Or
Well,
did they
as
call a
soon as the
timeout?
ball's set,
Right.
they're going to
Start
wind the
back.
clock
Okay.
again. It
Okay.
just stops.
Stop shortly.
Yeah, it stops momentarily, but saves you 5 or 6 seconds
Yeah.
each time, probably.
And if your coach Jeff Levy, you probably want to dial up the right play. You got 20 seconds left to go in the game. You got a first down. There's the opportunity to run 3 plays. So trying to look at my timeouts, I don't see them. I think they.
How many ever you want. It's
Okay,
the spring game.
It's the spring game.
Yeah.
It's just like they're not indicating that.
Stogner and Stoops switch sides of the field. From the 19, wide open, it's Sawchuk, and he'll walk into the end zone.
Depending. See, defense, what a great timeout. I said, okay, why would you call timeout? You call timeout because you want to set the play and get the play you want. Now your receivers come out, you follow the receiver. They're just a decoy. And Sawchuk come out of the backfield, catch the ball. There's no one there. Let me tell you something. As a player, I will tell you, when you catch a ball and there's nobody there, there's a whole nother level of excitement, Toby. Whole nother level of excitement.
You don't have to worry about getting hit or tackled or anything.
No.
You're wide open.
You start thinking about your touchdown dance.
Oh, yeah. You had a little style back in the day, Keith.
I did a little rock, you know. Billy Sims used to do the rock. I said, I'm going to do the rock for Billy Sims. Sawchuk, boy, I tell you one thing. He's been running the ball hard, too. And then now you get a chance. When you have those running backs that can catch the ball out of the backfield, it makes it dangerous, and it gives your quarterback a possibility to go to somebody else.
We got a game now. It's a basketball score here, 60-55, and we're going to call that halftime. But stick around, everybody. We got the big Kyler Murray Heisman ceremony coming up at halftime, so stick around. First half, defense in front as we go to halftime, but Dylan Gabriel leading the offense back here in Norman. Of course, at halftime here, though, everybody waiting to see the 7th Heisman Trophy winner in OU football history, Kyler Murray. Down the sideline, 45-40. He might go. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10.
Man, Kyler Murray was incredible. Oh, like a baseball player?
I was so. That's going to sail into the night, and it's gone.
You should have seen him at the Palace. You remember his first start?
Oh, he's going to keep it. He can run. He can run across midfield. How's that for the fourth snap and his first start?
I've never seen a QB throw the ball like that. Or fly like that. Should have seen Swing baseball back. Remember when him brought us back in the Cotton Bowl?
Remember when we got him back from the Big 12 championship?
Remember that connection he had with CD?
Remember all them Hollywood TVs.
Top 10 pick in 2 different leagues.
The Oakland Athletics select Kyler Murray.
With the first pick, the Arizona Cardinals select Kyler Murray.
He gave everything he had and earned himself a trophy.
I wouldn't be here if it weren't for my teammates, my family, coaches and Sooner Nation.
And now, he's getting a statue across the street.
We've seen a lot of great football players at the University of Oklahoma. We've seen a lot of great athletes in all sports at OU throughout the years. Keith Jackson, though, we've never seen an athlete quite like that guy. Right there.
So impressive. Can you imagine have to make the decision, am I going to play baseball or am I going to play football, and be touted in so many of them? I know Kyler's going to talk about this when he comes out, but they did name some pretty good receivers that he was throwing the ball to.
That team was loaded.
It helps to have great talent to play with, and C.D. Lamb and Hollywood Brown on the top of that list.
Kyler Murray being introduced for the Owen Field faithful right now, including Baker Mayfield, Jason White, Billy Sims, Steve Owens back today. 7 Heisman trophies in OU history, 6 of them still living. All, I believe, except for Sam Bradford here with us today. And Kyler is going to address the crowd here very soon. That's Mom and Dad, Bob Stoops, Athletic Director Joe Castiglione, President Joe Harris, the Board of Regents. And let's hear from Kyler.
Hello. Thank you. I'm gonna keep it short and simple. Man, this place means the world to me. I told everybody last night I had a rocky start to my college career. I chose the wrong school. Yep. You know, as soon as I stepped on campus, I texted my pops. I told him I should have been here the whole time. You know, and I don't regret anything that happened here, man. I love my time here. You know, the fans is great. Man, y'all supported us. Y'all supported me. This is surreal for me. It's surreal. You know, I couldn't fathom the fact, you know, winning a Heisman. That was always a dream of mine. But to see this, man, to have everybody here celebrating me, supporting me, I couldn't even have dreamt of this. So I want to say thank you to everybody. It means the world. Thank you. I just want to shout out the guys that did it before me. You know, this place, the standard here, it's unlike any other. You know, it's unmatched. I just try to fit in, uphold the standard, and be myself. But guys like Bake, Jason, Billy, man, they set the tempo and they set the standard. So thank you. Again, man, everybody here, I just want to say thank you and Boomer.
Wow.
Not by nature an emotional guy, but you could tell Kyler getting choked up. Had a chance to visit with him for about 45 minutes in a sit-down interview yesterday, and he said, you know, you don't realize, you can certainly testify to this, Keith, till you go to the NFL, it's all a business. You're heavily criticized for everything, and you come back here and you're just surrounded in love. He said, it's amazing when I get to come back. Everybody loves me at OU, and he has had just a magical weekend.
Yeah, when I came to Oklahoma, they asked me, what was the difference between when you went to visit other places? I said, I felt a family atmosphere here, and that's what Kyler's talking about, is the fact when you come here, you feel that OU DNA, you feel that family, and nobody did as good as Kyler Murray with his legs and his arm. There may be some people will match him with his arm, but not with those legs. He could get in the secondary, and he can call fits for team, and he's doing it in the NFL.
Great to see Billy. Billy's looking good. Billy Sims. Those two guys right there got a magical history together. Kyler had to wait for Baker to go to the NFL, and it took 1 year longer than he thought it was going to. And in this day and age, they would have hit the transfer portal. But Kyler stuck around, waited patiently as he could, and boy, did he make it pay off when he got a chance to get on the field.
You know, when you have a situation where you have the right offensive line, you have the right receivers, and you have the right situation, you just say, when my time comes, it's going to be something phenomenal. And you talked about how quiet he is. Some quarterbacks are very demonstrative. They want to be seen. Kyler Murray was a silent killer. He just went out there and did his job. He was a workman, and he made everybody else pay with the legs, with the arms, with his accuracy, and also with the way that he just approached the game day by day.
Kyler Murray, statue on campus now at Heisman Park, the 7th one dedicated earlier today. We'll take a break. More spring game coverage here in Norman right after this. Sooner fans bundled up on this Saturday afternoon. It is the spring game here at Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium. 60-55, the defense on top at halftime. Toby Rowland back with you alongside the great Keith Jackson. Scoring format is fun. It looked like early on, Keith, the defense was going to run away with this thing.
I tell you, defense came to play, and, of course, they don't have to make any adjustments. They just have to come out and attack. And when you look at the defense, they did that. What they had to do is to make sure that they could get out to the quarterback, and they got their hands up, and they knocked passes down. They sacked the quarterback to make sure they got points there. And then, you know what, let's make good tackle, open field tackles, knock the ball out. Defense is doing everything the right way. That rush was incredible. The fact to make sure they can get a sack or knock the ball down. But that's what you have to do on defense. On third down, we got to make sure we get off the field, and Stripling got there and made sure that the third down play didn't happen.
So it's 51-19 defense in front after the first quarter, but the second quarter, Dylan Gabriel leads a comeback.
Oh, we got a veteran in Dylan Gabriel. Now, one thing, when I talked about it, what they did is they sped the game up a little bit. They started going faster, and they said, let's put the ball in the hand of the guy who's got us here. And there he goes. He has the ability to get out of the pocket and makes those great throws at downfield. Again, his ability to extend the play is going to make a difference when the season starts. He just has that ability, and it's very frustrating to those defensive players because they've got to maintain their receivers longer. And then he says, I'm going to get you with the O and a little pump fake over the top, get a touchdown. Dylan Gabriel has been so great, and let me tell you something, those tight ends got to get involved too.
Touchdowns to Farouk, to the one-handed Blake Smith. He also had a wide-open touchdown pass to Gavin Sawchuk, so we got a 5-point game at halftime. Incredible ceremony for Kyler Murray. Just fun to hear him talk.
You know, I started doing numbers in my head. I said, let me do a little egghead thing. So let's just say you got 115 teams, right, that played that season, and you have 70 players on each team. You got over 8,000 players that play in football, only one. That puts it in perspective. Only one, and Kyler Murray was that one today.
Take a break. Second half coming up. We'll hear from Kyler Murray coming up as well. You're watching the 2023 Oklahoma football spring game, presented by Mercury.
Sooner Sports TV is brought to you by Coca-Cola, official partner of the Oklahoma Sooners. Log on to Soonersports.com/kids for information about joining the Sooner Junior Kids Club presented by OG&E. Brought to you in part by Orthodontics Exclusively and the Oklahoma Healthcare Authority. The best place to gear up for game day is shop.Soonersports.com. The Sooner Sports Podcast is your all-access radio pass to Sooner Sports. Listen as Toby Rowland and Chris Plank talk all things Sooners. New episodes drop every day. Log on to Soonersports.com/podcast or search Sooner Sports Podcast in your favorite podcast provider. The Sooner Sports Podcast is presented by Allstate and Riverwind Casino. The Trails Golf Club offers the perfect atmosphere for great golf and family fun. Visit trailsgolf.com.
We are at halftime of the 2023 OU football spring game. Moments ago, Kyler Murray honored on the field, the 7th Heisman Trophy winner in OU history. And he's downstairs with our sideline reporter and his cousin, Carly Murray.
I'm here with the 2018 Heisman Trophy winner, my cousin,
Yep,
Kyler Murray.
yep.
Kyler, you now have a Heisman Trophy statue in Heisman Park, and all of Sooner Nation here supporting you. What are you feeling in this moment right now?
It's a surreal moment. You know, like I said, I've told a lot of people, man, it's I always dreamt of winning a Heisman, but I couldn't even fathom, you know, the fact that my trophies or my statue is going to be out there for eternity, and all these people came out to support me and show me love, man. It's a special deal.
Yeah. 3 years of waiting, all compressed into one Heisman Trophy winning season. What did it take to get to that point?
A lot of hard work, obviously a lot of patience, but I mean, like I said, I didn't take any of that for granted, and I don't regret anything about it. You know, this is best thing for me was to come to this place. Fell in love with this place and the people here, so it was a great experience.
Yeah. Now, what's your favorite memory from that 2018 season that wasn't one in the Heisman?
Yeah, probably the Big 12 championship, getting our revenge on Texas. Yeah.
Thanks, Kyler. Back to you, Toby.
Thank you.
That's a cool moment right there, getting interviewed by his cousin down on the sidelines. Thank you, Carly, and thank you, Kyler. Look at those two guys representing the two Heisman Trophy winners that we have honored the last 2 years, Baker Mayfield and Kyler Murray. We'll take a timeout. Second half action coming up. The 2023 OU football spring game presented by Mercury. Getting set for second half action here in Norman. Stars out all over the place this weekend, and our Carly Murray back downstairs with another Sooner great.
I'm here with Sooners former wide receiver Sterling Shepard. Shep, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Happy to be back home.
Yeah, so what did it mean to you to come to the same university as your father and play the same position as him?
Yeah, it meant a lot to me. I mean, I always wanted to follow after his footsteps and play this game. I mean, I've been around here since I was a little kid, so it obviously meant a lot to me to be able to play under Coach Stoops and play with my guys.
Okay, now let's go back to 2015, that thriller win over Tennessee. Okay, second overtime, 3rd and 3. Mayfield finds you in the flats. Walk me through that play.
Yeah, no, that was probably one of the best plays of my life. I tell people that all the time. You know, there was no way that I wasn't finding the end zone that play, and it was such a meaningful game for us. So we were definitely trying to get that one. We were down at halftime by a lot, and we were able to make a comeback. And yeah, it was one of the best plays of my life.
Now, what did it mean to you to play in the Palace?
Yeah, it meant a lot to me. Like I said, I've been around this facility since I was a little kid, since I was 6 years old. And, you know, I couldn't ask for a better place to come and be a part of. So I loved every minute of it.
Thanks, Shep. Appreciate it. Back to you, Toby.
Boy, he's having a career, too, the great Sterling Shepard. All right, we're getting set for second half action. Keith Jackson in the booth with us today. I'm having fun hanging out with you, but
hey man, this is
childhood
great.
Hero of mine, and I'm sharing the booth. Second half adjustments, Keith. Offense, defense, what do they got to do here?
Yeah, well, you start thinking about the offense. The offense is going up with a little momentum, and they started off slow, so they've got to say, we've got to keep the tempo going and keep the pressure on the defense. We've got to keep running these combo routes and get the ball out. That's what the offense is talking about. Defensively saying, we've got to get back to getting that momentum. We're giving them a little bit too much. We got to get lined up a lot faster, and we got to be precise on our attacking ability. We cannot think. What's happening is they're thinking. And because they're thinking a receiver goes this way and then another person's open, no, we've got to line up and be ready to play.
Having fun?
Yeah.
Getting set for the second half here in Norman. Let's see if we, you know, Jackson Arnold's been fairly quiet so far. A lot of Sooner fans excited to see the freshman quarterback today. Maybe he'll make a play or two here in the second half.
He looks good, though. I mean, you know, you always say, you know, when you leave high school and you've got a pretty okay offensive playbook, and then you come to college and you've got this big playbook open. He's looking for receivers, but the one thing he hadn't had is time most of the time. Yeah, and so you see that the defensive linemen are running stunts and they're getting in and making plays against him.
We're set to kick it off in the third quarter with the white team. That's the defense, leading by 5. Gavin Freeman deep to receive. Ready Mustafa Rai to kick it away. Overcast, chilly Saturday afternoon here in Norman. That's a good boot into the end zone.
You see Gavin Freeman's name, it just says speedster.
Yeah.
It's right beside it. So you try to get a kid like that in the open field so he can use his speed against you. But a returning game is going to be important for Oklahoma this year.
Brent Venables said Gavin Freeman had the most productive spring of any of the wide receivers.
All 5'8" of them. Not the size of whatever it is not the size of the dog in the fight, but the fight that's in the dog.
That's right.
And he's going after it, catching the ball. And, boy, I just imagine trying to catch him in those little spaces and make a tackle on Gavin Freeman.
Davis Bevel in at quarterback for the first time today. 6'6" Pitt transfer. Saw some playing time a year ago. And he starts with a handoff. Caleb Hicks has to alter his route in the backfield, and then he is jumped on, and that is the freshman right there, P.J. Adebawara.
Adebawara, they talked about 5-star, and they talked about what a big recruit he was. You see that speed jump out on the screen. He just runs the running back down.
2nd and long, swing pass to Hicks this time. And he tries to jump over Damon Harmon, and he couldn't do it. And Damon's friend showed up, too.
A couple friends. That's what you want to see on defensive pursuit. Just in case that first person missed the tackle. Make the shot, but the rest of them's got to start coming, and here they go. They are coming.
Here comes the cavalry. Bam!
That is not a good feel. That's one of those situations where you say, I wish I wouldn't have jumped.
3rd down and 17. Opening drive, second half. Former defensive back turned wide receiver DJ Graham out there at wide out right now. Throw across the middle, caught by Hicks for a short gain.
Yeah, you don't want 3rd down and that long. You start thinking about it. Our offense coordinator used to tell us in the NFL, don't get 3rd down that long because I don't have a play for that. I mean, you want to make sure that you get positive yards on 1st down, which didn't happen, and then try to work from there. The negative play on 1st down caused that to be that whole play to be over.
It's Avery Burrow with the tackle out of Northbrook, Illinois.
They're going to let some guys get in there and play.
Yeah,
which is good. You get a chance to see some of the recruits and some guys who don't get as much playing time. That's what spring's about. You see what jumps off the screen at you. How do guys pursue? And we just saw PJ. I mean, that was incredible. I'm like, there's no way he catches that receiver before he turns that corner. And, well, you know why he's a 5-star.
6'5", he looks the part, doesn't he?
Yes.
Josh Plaster to kick it away. LV Bunkley Shelton deep to receive. Line drive. He'll let it bounce, and it'll roll dead, and we will roll to a timeout. 3rd quarter, spring game. Defense out in front here in Norman. Another fan competition for points during this commercial break. Pass accuracy competition. And the young man on the right in the white jersey has just won some points for the defense today. I like this, Keith. They've incorporated the fans into helping put points on the scoreboard. This is a good idea.
It's a lot of pressure, though. I mean, think about this now. It's not pressure for the offense because the offense say, great job, great way to try. Defense go, what's wrong with you? Why didn't you make that throw?
They're not as forgiving on that side? Is that what you're saying?
No, not at all.
General Booty into the game for the first time. Redshirt sophomore out of Allen, Texas. The hometown of Kyler Murray. Hands it off to Caleb Hicks. And he squeezes over the left side for 2.
Over 3,000 yards. And now I asked the question, did he start as a freshman or that was just the 3 years that he was in high school? Talking about Caleb Hicks, and that's a lot of yards, 3,000 yards in high school.
Hicks again, swarm tackling today for the defense, and you see it again there. 3 guys in on the tackle. Joseph Powell amongst them.
If the defensive line are doing their job and they're making sure the guys on the offense can't get to the second level, then the guys on the second level can pursue. You know, that's why Stutzman makes so many tackles. He just have the ability to pursue and make tackles.
Booty taking a deep shot, and he just overthrows Dallas Dudley.
Saw that 88. You go, okay, for the other 88.
That got you excited?
Yeah, well, it did. I mean, I would have shifted gear. There's a gear somewhere.
You got there.
You got to get to there.
Me?
You gotta get it. Well, I was talking more like C.D. Lamb, but it's
okay.
If you want to brag about me, you can, Toby. But I was not talking about me. I had jets, but not to get to that ball. You got to put a little more air. Coach said, put a little more air up under. You know, when you think about it, put a little more air up under that ball and let it come down.
CD was back in town last night. I don't know if he's here today or not, but he came back for the big event last night to honor Kyler in downtown Oklahoma City.
They're very supportive of each other. You know, we had a chance to do an alumni deal out here up front, and I said, I'm going to talk to the young guys. And all these gray-haired guys, I want to talk to those, and just to hear their stories and what they went through and how they still love the university. And when you see marquee players, you're not talking about some little third-string guy. You're saying some big-name players who love to come back because of the way they felt when they were in high school, college, and the way they was treated. Yeah, superstars.
Super Bowl champions Creed Humphrey, Orlando Brown back in town this weekend, helping honor Kyler. Drake Stoops receiving the punt. And the defense has widened their lead here with a couple of third-quarter stops. It's now 72-59.
Well, if they're not going to put Dylan Green-Cable back in or Jackson Arnold, this may be a defensive battle from this point on. And, you know, I want to think that Coach Venable, even though he's a defensive head coach, is being fair. But this doesn't look that fair at this point.
He's tilting the scales.
He is. All right, we get that defense playing well when the season started. Offense will figure it out, I can tell you that. You can see there were some opportunities for Dylan Gabriel in the first half that, again, he just missed them. They were missed out. The ball sailed on him, a little short on him, and that's what he's got to work on because that's the key in putting teams away, and that's what Oklahoma had tough job doing last year.
One of the highly touted freshmen in on the defensive line here. He wears number 0. You can't miss him. Derek LeBlanc, 6'5", out of Kissimmee, Florida. Davis Bevel lets one fly deep for DJ Graham. Come back, and he made the catch at midfield. The former defensive back, now wide receiver.
When you go to the coach and say, Coach, I want to play receiver. I want to play receiver. I want to play. Well, that proves that he can. They throw the ball up, and when the ball is short, you got to be able to come back and get it. And DJ Graham just came back and caught that ball.
Davis Bevel escaping, and he'll pick up a few yards on the near sideline.
Bevel makes a decision that he's going to run that all the way. Forget that. It's like when he comes out of that pocket, he says, I see an opportunity to get a first down, so I'm going to run this ball all the way.
Freshman Ashton Sanders in on the pressure was arguing that he touched.
He did.
Bevel.
They moved it back to the only 2-yard gain.
Dalen Smothers, freshman running back for a couple up the middle out of Charlotte, North Carolina.
When you look at Oklahoma's recruiting, I mean, you're going all over the place. You got Texas, and you got Minnesota, and you got I mean, just all of Washington. I mean, they're just a great job of finding the marquee players all over the country.
Third down. Smothers again finds a hole, flag down, and he is near the first down.
Anytime you see that umpire throw that flag, it is not a good thing for the offense. Typically, it's inside either the guard or the center.
First down.
I believe Brent Venables has again used his veto.
Oh, there you go.
And they have picked up the flag, and the first down will stand.
Well, the good thing about having a defensive coach, like I said earlier, is the fact that he gives offense an opportunity. But there was a little holding on that play, no matter if they gave him the first down. You can see it clearly, but it's the running back's job to run, not care about who's holding.
And Bevel cannot get away this time. Evan Jackson, among others in there, Ashton Sanders as well. It's another sack.
Just no protection there. You know, the running back did a great job of sliding out and trying to help, but there was just no protection there. Smothers comes in, and that's you can see that on the play every time. He just peels out and makes a tackle, stops the blitz, but no way to go with the ball.
Takes a shot far sideline. DJ Graham again. He spins away. You sit down. Makes a move, and he's inside the 10. It'll be first and goal.
DJ Graham making an argument for this receiver position, but that time when Bevel, I mean, he throws that ball on the outside. He lets it go before Graham comes out of the break, so it's there when he comes out, and then it's just making a guy miss. Look at it. Oh, sorry. I'm gone. DJ Graham put him on skates.
Short gain on first down.
As my old coach used to say, he used to say, that's just a little shaking and wiggling going on then.
DJ, maybe grabbing some attention out here today.
That ball gets out a lot faster, and it was accurate.
Regardless of what happens in the rest of his career, he will always have one of the great highlights in OU history, the one-handed interception against Nebraska a couple of years ago. Bevel pop pass, and he missed him.
Well, that's been a couple times when you just got to make that pass. It's like you got to set it up. The tight end is open, but you're worried about the defensive back coming inside. You just throw it up for grabs and let that big tight end go up and catch it.
He was looking for Josh Fanuel, the Cameron transfer. 3rd and goal. Touchdown here, and we got a really tight game as we get close to 4th quarter time.
I say they're going for it on 4th down. 2-down territory.
Lob in zone again, and this time Bevel finds Fanuel. Touchdown.
You think the offense is excited about it? They're all running out on the field.
There's drip on the line, Keith. There's drip on the line.
There it is. That should be a penalty. That's a penalty. You can't leave the sideline. No, that's exciting. It doesn't work the first time. Hey, how about let's try it again? And they try it again and catch the big tight end across the middle. Fanuel.
6-yard touchdown pass for Davis Bevel. And the extra point could make it a 2-point game. Mustafa Rayon. And the extra point is up and good. And it's 72-70. As we get set to head to the 4th quarter. Got an exciting finish coming up here in Norman. Davis Bevel leading the team down the field.
Well, you can use the defense aggression. That defense has been so aggressive, and they've been really great. That time, they used the aggression against them a little bit. Made them linebackers come up, hit them behind.
DJ Graham, the star of that drive, and we are headed to the 4th in Norman. 2-point game in the 2023 OU football spring game presented by Mercury. 4th quarter coming up, tight game, every point vital right now. So we got a punt catching competition going on between the coaching staffs. DeMarco Murray, no sweat. I don't think he's dropping one. I'm going to tell you right now.
I think he got paid to do that.
Jay Valai representing the defense. No! He tried to make the sliding catch. I don't think they're happy with the ball he got. No problem for DeMarco. I'm telling you, it ain't happening with DeMarco. The bobbling catch.
The second bobbling catch.
Here's another one for DeMarco. Yeah, they should have each coach go. I want to see Biedenbow filled punt.
Now that would be good to see.
All right, here's the last ball for each. This is for a 5-for-5 for DeMarco Murray. No problem. Jay Valai, 4 out of 5. Yeah, DeMarco Murray didn't even take his headset off, and he fielded all 5 beautifully. So that should be some points for the offense. Valai got a grass stain out of it. And I believe we're probably going to have a tie game right now. Let's see if they award the offense a couple of points there. Oh, now we got a fight that's broken out.
I think Valai disagreed with the punt he got. It did look like the punts were going easier to Coach Murray than it was to him. So there's a little argument going on there. You should have given me some easy ones. But I don't know. I think I'll take Coach Valai in the weight room.
Yeah, he knows his way around. All right, here's the upcoming schedule this year. Brought to you by the Trails Golf Club. It all starts September 2nd here at the Palace. Arkansas State coming to town, and SMU Tulsa on the road. Then Big 12 play starts in a new Big 12 city this year, Keith, Cincinnati.
You got to circle that one. Cincinnati always has a good, aggressive football team. You better be ready to play when you go up there.
Road trip to Stillwater in November, as well as BYU in Provo the next to last week of the season. And the regular season finale is on a Friday, the Friday after Thanksgiving. TCU here in Norman.
Be interesting to see TCU. So good last year, but had some veteran players and who they have coming back.
So we're tied 72 all going to the fourth. And Gavin Freeman with the fair catch on the kickoff. So here's what we're doing, folks. Maybe you've seen this in some of these summer basketball leagues, but they have set a score, I'm told, of 84. The first team to 84 wins. So not necessarily going to use the clock. That's what I've been told anyway.
A little urgency then. That creates a little urgency. 72
put it up
to
there.
72. There it is.
First to 84 or leader at the end of the fourth wins. So that's 12 points away. Which means a defensive touchdown wins it right now. A defensive touchdown is worth 12 points.
That's 11 minutes, 11 or so minutes left to go in the game, man. Put some points on the board. It's an interesting format, though, isn't it? It's just, you know, when you think about it, I mean, just seriously going back into some numbers. Last year, Oklahoma started out so fast on offense. Scored 132 points in the first quarter. But then by the fourth quarter, they were only scoring 75 points over the year. You got to be able to finish strong. I actually like the challenge to be able to get that done.
And we got some first-teamers back out there now. Jackson Arnold back at quarterback. Tawi Walker in the backfield. This drive starts with a play action. And Jackson Arnold going to be sacked. Grayson Holton got him.
You got to step up in that pocket. You got to know where to go. You got to know when to get rid of that ball. One thing about it, timing-wise, when you're a freshman, it's a little different. So you remember, like I said, he should be going to his prom today, but he's not. He's out here playing football. You got to count. You go 1,001, 1,002. If that ball's not coming out in that situation, you're going to get sacked.
Throw out to the edge. Jaden Gibson the catch. Short gain. Josiah Wagner the tackle. Not sure Brent Venables bragged about anybody more before today's game than freshman Josiah Wagner out of Spanaway, Washington.
Man, he said he's that guy. And he was so impressed about his maturation so far on this team.
He said he thinks of himself as a 600-pound Siberian tiger.
That's exactly what he said. I wanted to go, can you go into that a little bit more? What does that mean?
He said he plays loud and big. Third down. Got to get rid of it. And he's touchdown. It's Grayson Holton again.
You know, you always find a defensive back to go afterward. They've gone after Wagner twice, and it's not happening. And so now you can see what Coach Venables talking about. Yes, one-on-one, but this kid can run, and he's a presence, and he's making plays. So the ball, when you look at Jackson Arnold, he had to go to his secondary receiver, and by that time, the defense collapsed in on him.
Looks like we're going to have a punt here on 4th and 12.
So you get a fourth down stop, right? And then you get the punt.
You know, I thought they should have got points for the sack, and they have not put any points on the score. Well, now they
there they go.
74-72. That was on the wrong side. Let's just hold on to this bucking Bronco and ride it out, Keith. Let's see where this thing ends up. The scoring system is a wild ride today. Here's the boot. LV Bunkley Shelton is going to let it bounce on the far sideline, and we'll take a break. Fourth quarter of the spring game, back with the conclusion. Coming up next. 3-point game in the fourth quarter here in Norman. It's the spring game. Let's go downstairs. Our other sideline reporter today, Ashley Van de Velde with a Sooner Star.
I'm here with Delarian Turner. Yell, you were just drafted in the 22 NFL draft with the Denver Broncos. What's it like to make it to that point in your career?
It's a dream come true. You know, thinking back to all the hard work and all the things that I had to overcome for me to get to that point, man, it's exciting. You know, whenever, you know, your phone rings and, you know, you answer it and it's NFL team on there letting you know that you know, they put their faith, their trust in you to bring you onto the organization to be able to help the organization win. It means the world. So I've been excited ever since and just hoping to continue to keep building on that.
What's it like to return to Norman, Oklahoma and be back here, the place where you played college football?
Norman's is a special place. You know, it's always going to be home for me. The fans are fantastic. You know, and I'm just excited to see the guys that were under me when I was here. Excited to see those guys grow and excited to see those guys make the plays that, you know, I've talked to them about, you know, before I left. So just excited to see those guys grow and just excited for the team, you know, excited for the new coaching staff, just excited for the organization as a whole.
Thanks so much, Delarian. Back to you, Toby.
Thank you, Ashley. Big hit there by Ethan Downs for the defense has set up a 3rd and long. And we did have Jacob Switzer, Barry's grandson, in at quarterback. Now it's General Booty again. Watch out. Got rid of it to Smothers, but he's going nowhere. And it's 4th down.
You know, you have that guy that shows up at your house that you don't want to see all the time. And you say, Mama, here come that man again. Ethan Downs is that guy. I mean, he's as nice as he is, as charitable as he is. You don't want him to show up at your house, but he shows up a lot. And this year, he's got to be that kind of player where they go, oh, here he comes again. Jacob Switzer, how about that? He got in the game.
54,409, the attendance today at the Oklahoma spring game. 54,000 people on a chilly Saturday afternoon in Norman. Well done, Sooner Nation. It's going to be another punt, and this is going to put the defense very close to victory. Driving punt bounds down the sidelines. It's scooped up by LV Bunkley Shelton, and it's now 82-76. Remember, 84 wins the game.
Well,
it's going to take a touchdown drive here with really no mistakes along the way.
That's exactly right, because the next time they punt, they're out. If they get a sack, they're out. If they get a pass breakup, they're out. This is getting tough for the offense.
It's going to take a precise drive,
when you
or
say
the defense
precise,
is getting some free shoes.
Can you put Dylan Gabriel back in?
It looks like maybe it's going to be Jackson Arnold. At least he's out in front of the pack, but let's see. From the 17-yard line, probably the final drive of the game.
I think I would be telling him, hey, Jackson, we got to score a touchdown here. We're going to be going barefoot around here. No pressure. I know you're a freshman, but can you get out there and score a touchdown?
He's got Stogner at tight end, 3 wideouts, including Jaden Gibson and Andrell Anthony. Smothers the running back. Quick toss out, deflected, and I think it was caught anyway. Gavin Freeman, nope, incomplete.
Ball came out, ball comes out okay, and just get tipped. You're right, it's tipped at the line. The line has done a great job, that defensive line, of getting up, and I think that's that man again. Wasn't it number 40 that got his hand up and knocked that down? Yeah. I told you, he's got to be Mama, here comes that man again. I mean, he just got to show up.
Handoff Smothers. Cuts it up. Spins off a tackle. Spins again. Dalen Smothers. What a run.
Smothers representing North Carolina. What a great run from North Carolina, of course. But this all starts with the offensive line up front, and he just hits it. Defensive line been doing a great job all day, but at this time, you see Smothers make a guy miss, and the offensive line do a great job of making plays.
Andrell Anthony, his jersey, you could clearly see being held there by Kendall Dolby as Arnold took a shot. That's going to be a pass interference.
I tell you.
15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Well, remember the conversation I said I would have with Jackson Arnold? Somebody had that conversation with him. And it had to be some big, massive offensive lineman that had that conversation with him.
From the 42. He's got time, and it's a strike to Anthony on the near sideline.
Let me tell you something. There's a quarterback. I'm watching that play. That ball comes out a little bit too late. Because of his arm strength, it gets there. He looks, but that ball comes out just a little bit too late, but Anthony's there to make that catch.
Another first down. He's looking for it all. Gibson can't get there. Oh, right in front of the ponies. He almost ended it.
I think the more pressure on, it seems like, the better Jackson Arnold's getting. Early in the game, he's just playing the game, but crunch time, when you have a five-star player that's decorated like he is, you go, put me in at crunch time, and he is making plays just a little bit too overthrown.
Second and 10 from the 31. Keeper. And Arnold is touched after a gain of 1 by Kip Lewis, who wears the 10 on the other side.
4 down territory here. Could be 5 down if they could get it. What did happen in Missouri?
Missouri, Colorado, yeah. Long time ago. No, was it Missouri? It was Nebraska, wasn't it? Missouri, Nebraska, or Missouri, Colorado?
It was one of them.
It was definitely Missouri.
Definitely Missouri.
Arnold, deep across the middle. Gavin Freeman, he got him. Touchdown. The kid from the Hall.
Makes a play. We talked about Gavin Freeman and his speed and ability to get open, and boy, I tell you, that time he showed off. But this is all about Jackson Arnold, the last drive for all of it. We've got to get this done, and it can only happen if he makes a perfect play. And let me tell you, that's a perfect pass to end off a perfect series.
And look at this. I think Brent Venables says go for 2. And so this might very well be the game.
Right.
If you convert it, the offense wins. If you stop it, the defense wins.
I love it. This is perfect. I love it's perfect because it's like you're putting them in a game-type situation. We're winners. We're not going to settle for a tie. We're going for it all. Let's get it done. But there's a little timeout over there on the other side.
Timeout. White.
Todd Bates wants to talk about it with his defense.
I didn't realize it was tied.
How about this? After all this, after all the twists and turns and quirks and people out of the stands kicking field goals and races with horses, it's coming down to a 2-point conversion, Keith Jackson.
You called it. You say it's got to be a perfect drive. And it has been a perfect drive. Just the ability that Jackson Arnold said, look, they didn't just give me the trophy. I went and took the trophy, and I'm coming to take this touchdown. This is going to be a big play because, after this, they've got to go either try to score again. If they don't, they punt, they get a sack. So this is the game. There's no doubt.
Somebody's getting 2 points right here.
That's right.
The clock has been turned off. Jackson Arnold will be at quarterback with Stogner at tight end. Andrell Anthony, Jaden Gibson, and Gavin Freeman, the wideouts. And Dalen Smothers, the running back, from the 3 for Drip. Freeman in motion. Rolling right. Arnold looking, end zone, throws, dropped! And the defense wins!
That is a great play call. I mean, you just got to think about it. You want to be able to get your quarterback out of the pocket to give him a run-pass option. You can't call a better play, but you got to execute it. And Jackson Arnold did his part on that play. Drop in end zone makes the difference.
In and out of the hands of Jaden Gibson. And let's take another look.
He comes around, run-pass option. You got a choice to get into the end zone, but you're talking about throwing through windows, throwing through cracks. That ball went through a crack and should have been caught in the end zone.
That close. And the victory goes to the Oklahoma defense today in a spring game thriller. How much fun was that?
Well, everybody wanted to see Jackson Arnold. They got what they came for on that last drive. What a great drive they did, and that last pass, perfect. You can't throw it any better than that in the end zone. The young fella showed up and showed out.
Head coach Todd Bates receiving the dap down on the field. Jackson Arnold Woody Washington. Keith Jackson, who wins your performance award today?
I can't give it to just one individual. I've got to go and find a group of people, and there's nobody more deserving than the defensive line. Look at the pressure. Sears comes through there. He gets a sack. If you start totaling up all the points, there was a whole bunch of sack points. They went some great games up front. Didn't send an extra blitzer. It was just the defensive line. Kelly gets after it, and he goes and make a tackle. Okay, this time they come on a blitz, and they stop him from going around the outside. And PJ, with the speed, gets it done. There was nowhere to go all day because that defensive line was present all day long. Feel sorry for those poor guys in blue. So you can't hit them, but you can touch them, and they got touched a lot today. Defense wins the Keith Jackson Performance Award.
Brought to you by Coca-Cola. Keith, off the top of the broadcast, I asked you, what do you hope to see today? Did you see it?
I did. I mean, I did. You know what? I saw both sides, but I really saw the defense get the offense off the field several times. Now, there was some times they didn't get off because the quarterbacks was making great throws and the running backs was running hard, but the defense really showed up. And then you look at the offense, 3rd down conversion, 4th down conversion. They were able to do it. I love the fact that the coaches put them in position to have to make 4th down. Make 4th down seem like it's just a regular down. It's not an eccentric down.
Well, the 2023 OU football spring game is in the books, and the defense comes out victorious. Season opener September 2nd here at the Palace. For Gabe Eichert, Carly Murray, Ashley Vandevelde, Keith Jackson, producer Grant Wade, spotter Blake Gamble, I'm Toby Rowland. Boomer Sooner, everybody.